So after a few months of going pretty dark on the MediEvil Remake, we finally got a nice little bit of news on a very interesting choice being made for the game. Turns out that one of gaming's most established voice actors, Lani Minella, will be voicing the narrator for the game. The announcement came via a tweet from Lani herself, which has unfortunately since been deleted. Despite this, I'm very interested to see what direction she takes with the role. There will be some obvious differences since we're going from a male voice to a female voice, but as a longtime fan of the franchise that has played and loved both versions of the original tale, both of which had male voices, I think shaking things up in this area will be a nice little change. In the original game, the narrator had a bit of an older, almost aristocratic voice, with just a taste of whimsy thrown in, bringing to mind images of Gandalf or Dumbledore or something like that. But in the newer PSP reimagining, they sort of flipped that upside down, giving us a whimsical, sort of mischievous voice with a thin slice of wise wizard on top. So that sort of leaves the door open for a handful of different directions that the narrator voice could go in a newer game. Looking back on Lani's work, the first thing that you'll notice is a huge range. She's done everything from Nancy Drew to Bubsy 3D, from Steel and Borderlands, Sylphia and Darksiders, to Rogue the Bat in the Sonic games, so that makes it pretty tough to guess where she'll go with it, but if I had my way, I'd like to see some sort of a combination of her performance as Ivy in the Soul Calibur games,
This place shall be your grave,
mixed with something maybe a little darker like her performance as Gloria in Remothered Tormented Fathers.
I loved you. I trusted you. You were one of us. But you don't deserve to be.
That's just me though. I trust that whatever direction she goes in will be a good choice. Speaking of her vocal range, I think Other Ocean would be underutilizing her if they just gave her the narrator role. To me, if they're going to have somebody as talented as Lani on deck, they might as well see what she can do with a few different roles. I could easily see her pulling off voices in The Sleeping Village, The Witches, or maybe even some of the characters in the Hall of Heroes. I think she'd be great for any and all of those. So that's all I've got on MediEvil for now. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, as I've made it sort of my mission to be the go-to YouTube channel for MediEvil Remake news and analysis. So I'll continue to stay on top of it as more information becomes available. Until then, thanks for watching.